Welcome, everybody. I am Josh of JBauerart, the host of this shit show, and you are tuning in to not an episode of Back Talk with Bauer. This is Back Talk with Friends. I know I'm amazed myself that I actually have friends. I pay them on the download. Don't tell anybody, because that is it's a trade secret. Don't tell Thomas. Don't tell Thomas.
Negative Ghost Rider.
We make them buy stuff here to stay friends with us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should see all the crap I have around here. Just comics. You know, I really need friends. But yeah, this is episode 2 of Back Talk with Friends. I do this once a month. You never know when Back Talk with Friends is going to happen. Sometimes it's Saturday. Sometimes it takes place of a Tuesday night regular Back Talk with Bauer show. But basically, the idea was to rope more people and bring them in here and talk to them all at the same time. Sometimes it'll be podcasting people. Sometimes it'll be a bunch of my friends that are in the nerdy and geeky shit, and we're going to talk about a random few things. This is one of those nights, is the nerdy and geeky shit. And that might be the name of the episode. I don't know if I can get away with that on Google, but we're going to try. Did he name it nerdy and geeky shit? He did.
Brilliant.
So before we introduce everyone and we start this chaos, I have a sponsor. My youngest brother, Corey, who is amazing enough to love what I'm doing and want to support his big brother, has decided to hop on as a sponsor to this show. This is actually the last week of this month's sponsor. We found a new one for next month, which I can't wait to share, but we will save that until next week. This month is the American Humane and AmericanHumane.org. They're committed to ensuring the safety, welfare, and well-being of animals. They've been around for over 100 years. There's rescue, shelter, protection, and security of all kinds of animals. They're the guys that created No Animals Were Harmed program in the movies and all that stuff. You see that at the bottom of the movie credits when you're like sitting there for a Marvel movie to actually see any of the little snippets of credits you can get. That's the guys that did the No Animals Were Harmed. They also do farm and conservation animal welfare certificates. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds really fancy. Rapid response rescue and care across the country. And there's tons of ways to donate. They have a whole list. You can go and hit this little donate tab, and it's a bunch of different ways you can donate to this amazing organization. You can do a one-time gift. You can do yearly gifts. You can do in memorial or honor of a person, a pet, or even us. Just put Back Talk with Bauer in there, and maybe we'll get some credit or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's a really awesome way to help out. If you head over to humane.org, there's a big donate button at the top right-hand corner. You can put a donation in there, put Back Talk with Friends as the reason you're doing it, and help out some amazing animals and an amazing organization. So that's all that. So hi, Chad. Hey, Terry, all the way from Ireland. It is good to see you, sir. Thank you for popping in. I know it's really late in Ireland, but I appreciate you staying up and tuning into this chaos. So as you can see, I have a ton of people in the screen tonight. This is the most I've had so far, so this shall be fun. We will see how well I keep it organized and everything. But let's do the introductions real quick. We'll go in order from next to me. There we go, and down and around. So we have the awesome owners of Kingdom of Comics. We have Jason and Paula. Hi guys, how are you?
What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
And they are actually live from the comic shop right now. You can see all the amazing comics and random customers behind them. We may yell at them and say terrible things to them. Hopefully they'll still buy things. And right now,
sometimes you have to get them to buy stuff.
I saw that guy in the white shirt. He better buy something. He was looking at comics and things.
That's the bad.
What the hell? Oh, I was picking on him last time when you guys were on.
Yes.
This is fun. And then we have, you guys may recognize him from a few episodes ago, the amazing Joey Mazzant. Hey, sir, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. It's 12:05 a.m. in Ireland.
Yeah, there we go. Not too late. Not too late. So poor Terry.
Oh my God, Terry's off tomorrow. Hey, you earned that day off, Terry.
And we also have from one of the newest groups, members of the HWWS Web TV family, which DW just popped in. It is the amazing Ryan Permison from Nerd Culture. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here amongst all these fine people, and this ought to be a great show with absolutely no chaos involved whatsoever. Or will they? I don't know.
You're not thinking fourth dimensionally enough.
Exactly, I'm not. Even though I'm wearing my genetically electrifying Back to the Future shirt, but you know.
There you go. There you go. And last but not least, the amazing Thor himself, Thomas Carter Rochester. I always want to put like the third or the fourth after that because you just have such a fancy name. It needs a number.
The first, the last, the only.
There we go. I like that.
I have prepared decades for that one because I don't want kids, and I will never name them my name because that's rude.
DW's Pop's already calling us hoodlums. What the hell? We just got started. How can we be hoodlums already?
It's because they don't have the Avengers 2012 Hulk statue. That's why we're all hoodlums.
Yes, we're still looking for you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, send me a letter when you eventually get it. Send me a message on Facebook.
You'll be the first to know for sure.
This way we'll probably have to
Thank
just drive it over to them.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come up to the great state of Maryland. You're more than welcome.
Oh man, yeah, we got a little bit of everybody all over Florida tuning in tonight. We've got tuning in and being on the show, and then we've got Ryan up in Maryland and Terry watching in Ireland. So we're kind of hitting everywhere. It's insane. And you got to love technology. So thank you everybody for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate it. And a big thank you for everybody that is currently watching. If you're watching, please go hit that share button, invite some friends, hog tie people in the middle of the street and come make them watch. Don't worry. They got masks on. It'll be perfectly safe. You keep the rope at 6 feet and you're good. You can still hog tie them. It's, it'll be fine.
Dude,
So
did you see the guy walking around the theme park with the 6-foot hula hoop around his body? It's a 12 feet across. It looks like he's wearing a giant poodle skirt, and it guarantees nobody can come within 6 feet of him. If you bump into that hula hoop, I'm like, why did they even let that in? Like, did security not say like, hey,
a few security points that you have to make it through, and they're like, it's okay. This guy can't bring his, his flashlight. This guy can't bring some random item like his inhaler or something. But the guy with the weird keep away from me outfit, no, he can go in. He's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're least likely to kill someone with that hula hoop. I mean, you got to go through a lot of premeditation beforehand, and all you got to do is cut up a small piece, shove it down their throat, and pour alcohol down, and boom, they're done. Welcome to Epcot.
John Wick could kill somebody with a hula hoop, though. So I mean, this guy could be John Wick, and we don't know.
Yeah. Boy, this escalated quickly.
This went from Bill and Ted to John Wick real fast.
Exactly. John Wick
That's how we
4
roll.
isn't even out yet. Thanks, COVID-19.
But Bill and Ted 3 comes out in like a month.
Yeah, that's
Is it
weird.
already?
That
Are we on
comes out-
board?
We got to wait another 5 years until John Wick 4 comes out. Doggone it, man.
That's okay. I can wait.
Are we keeping our hope? Are we like where do we fall on the Bill and Ted movie? Are we gonna give that a chance?
No,
I'm
I don't
totally
care.
giving
Me
it a chance.
personally,
Okay, cool.
I could care less.
Okay.
It looks.
I didn't even like the
great.
others as a kid, so
I like the second one as
You're
a kid,
dead
but
to
that
me.
was about it.
The second
like
one is
them.
the best.
Okay,
Bogus
Thomas
Journey
and I agree
is
on something.
so
This
good.
Is great, folks.
The
We
first
agree.
one. The first one's the best.
I
like-
don't know, man. Being bogus and all is pretty darn good looking in the second one. I'm just saying.
I did see Bogus Journey first, and I was
Yes.
like 1 or 2 years old when I saw it. So
Yes.
that beating death in every single game imaginable is 100% a life.
Best part of that line though, Thomas, is best 7. Damn right. I mean, come on. It's the best part of the movie.
Giant bunny in that too? The giant bunny is in that?
Yes. In the
Yeah.
second
That
one, they
thing
go
was
through that
creepy.
portal. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing freaked me out.
The bunny.
And-
I'm definitely,
The drill sergeant is in it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
like
at least interested in checking it out. I do like that they're trying to release it into movies and to streaming at the same time. So it'll be
Oh,
really
really?
interesting to see how it all works out because a lot of these movies that are coming out right now are breaking rules and breaking the norm. And it's really pissing movie theaters off, but it's making me happy because there's shit to watch right now, and I'm losing my damn mind.
Look at AMC. my gosh, Universal Studios releases the Trolls movie to streaming, and AMC said, we're not carrying your movies anymore. They said, okay, then we're kicking you out of our theme parks. It's literally a I'm taking my ball and going home scenario. There are AMC 20 was the second biggest AMC on God's green earth, and now it's not even there anymore. It's a Regal Cinemas now, I think. Regal, thank you. I knew it was one of those.
Yeah.
Now that escalated
Regal.
quickly.
Yeah, Regal isn't showing Universal either, allegedly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like you cut off like half your movies. What are you gonna show? Like, there's nothing left for you.
What this is a reality TV show called When Billionaires Get Mad at Each Other. and it's just going to be, they're going to yell at each other. It's going to be teasing and fighting. Universal say, well, I'm not buying anything your theater puts out. And they say, well, then we're not buying Universal. Yeah. And then in like 3 months, their wives will call each other and they'll say, will you please tell your husband to just make up with my husband so we can put your films back in our studio? That's all it is. Games billionaires play, man.
They're gonna get Tom Holland a little hammered and be like, "Yo, fix this for us."
Yeah. And go.
Yeah.
Hi, Caroline. Hi, Tina. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, we got off on a Bill and Ted tangent. So that was a great way to kick it off.
More like a Keanu Reeves, but yeah.
Speaking of with Keanu Reeves, how is it he goes from Bill and Ted being California surfer punk to being like the American James Bond? Like every film after that, are we just going to pretend?
He looks.
Maybe he got his warm up with Constantine. Maybe.
Dude,
I mean, you got Point Break, Speed, Matrix. So there was
he goes from being Jar Jar Binks to a bona fide Jedi.
What is it?
that is very accurate, actually.
Right? he's like, bro, and then he's like, I can save this with he's the new MacGyver. Whatever.
He killed a guy with a pencil.
He looks so weird without the beard now, though. Like I'm so used to see. He just looks naked. Like he's fully clothed, but I'm like, what is wrong with your face?
It's like, no, this isn't John Wick, Keanu. You're not John Wick anymore. This isn't funny. This isn't working. But dude, he kills a guy with a pencil and he kills a guy with a book. That's what I want to see. I want to see John Wick.
Both of those are still easy in the real world. It's not that hard. I mean, Joker did it with a pencil. You want to see a magic trick?
True. He did it before John Wick did it. So technically, Heath Ledger has one up on him.
Have you ever been hit with a phone book? It hurts. It hurts.
I mean, when I was in kindergarten, maybe, but you know.
Do we need like an intervention with your family or something?
No. I played football. We did a lot of stupid stuff, and to make sure that the phone book was real, we would hit each other in the head.
There you go.
And normally people went down. I did not.
It's true.
Boys are so weird.
Yeah, especially
He doesn't remember the third grade anymore.
No, I doesn't.
Is that what they really said?
But you're right with Constantine. How come he gets a pass for Constantine? Not being Irish or like not being English and being Constantine is like whenever friggin' what's his name? Whenever Batman was Robin Hood in Prince of Thieves. You have to be British to be Robin Hood.
That's right.
What's his face? Yeah. The actor Batman. Why can't I think of his name? Michael Keaton. God save the Queen. This is me sober. Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
That's a good point. I didn't even like the movie Constantine, and then I found out it was based on a comic book, and I was like, oh, okay. Is the comic book anything like this? And everyone was like, no. and then Constantine, the show came out, and I was like, oh, that's more of Constantine. Okay, I get why they were upset. And then he hopped on Legends, and I'm like, oh, and yeah, no, I don't like Constantine the movie. And they're like, we should do a sequel. And it's like, no, you shouldn't. You should pay Matt Ryan to just be Constantine.
Yes. I'm a big fan.
We got some first
appearance of Constantine, first cameo of Constantine. I'm kind of a nerd. Kind of pissed.
Are both of those above 9.4?
9.4, 9.0.
9.0. Couldn't tell if it was an O or an 8.
Is to get a slab one of these days. So.
Oh, dude. I got it. You're gonna when we do a comic one.
Maybe I should call Kingdom of Comics on that one.
He literally is pulling back the curtain.
Yeah, I know.
These are DC.
Oh my
These are all first appearance DCs. Hold up.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. He's got it organized. I like it.
That's nice.
See you, sir.
My stuff is not.
These from Marvel.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just hope to get one slab, but you beat everybody to the punch with your 30,000 of them.
No, dude, come over and have a beer with me. I'll show you. We'll have fun.
I like it. We should do it.
Absolutely,
When
please.
Earth
Everybody
fully
should just come to
reopens,
the
I'm
kingdom.
more than happy to pay them a visit.
Absolutely.
All right. So I gotta get this back in line. We got tons of topics to talk about, and we have
Thanks a
gone
lot,
off the
Joey.
rails already.
Sorry, it's what I do. I derail train.
So good. I love it. It was a great opening, but let's get into so.
Sheesh.
I haven't had a chance to talk to people that are in the nerdy and comic stuff. I talked to one buddy at work, and he only knows like some of the movie stuff. So, and we can't get together and talk normally right now. So I've been dying to talk some stuff, and some of the stuff has been over the past month or so. But this is my fucking show, and I'll talk about whatever I want to, when I want it. So I have to do the very first one is HBO Max and the Snyder cut of Justice League. I have not been able to talk to really anybody about this. Just seeing people bicker each other online and shit. So, what's everybody's thoughts? I mean, are we excited? Are we looking forward to it? Or is it too much hype? I mean, who wants to go first?
Yes.
Excited but hesitant.
Oh, yeah.
I was so disappointed with the Justice League. I'll take whatever they give me. They could literally have Andrew Ridgeley, the other guy from Wham, could do a director's cut, and I would still take it over that GD. Yeah. Like, I'll take it. I'm hungry for something that doesn't suck out loud. So please, leak it yesterday. I'm ready.
Well, I just saw some stuff with Zack Snyder, and he was doing an interview via Zoom or whatever for like one of the online convention things, and he was dropping Justice Con. That's it. There's so many of them. I can't keep track.
Yeah, there's a million of them now.
Yeah. But he was talking about, like, one of the things he made sure everybody knew was he was not going to use anything from Joss Whedon. Like, it's all going to be his stuff. He would rather, I think his words were, burn and destroy the thing before touching anything of Joss Whedon.
That was the quote.
Whoa.
Dude.
All right.
I mean, after all the news coming out about Joss Whedon, yeah, I can understand why.
Yeah, it kind of bums me out because I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel fan, and to hear all the stuff that's coming out from him,
Yeah, his reputation gone.
Yeah.
Can we just throw social media under the bus and be like, if you've ever seen any documentary of any historical figure ever, if Instagram was around in the 1930s or the 1940s, Babe Ruth would be like blacklisted. Frank Sinatra, one of my personal heroes, blacklisted. John F. Kennedy would have been impeached 3 days in, and he's my favorite president. Like, is there a point where you can only hold yourself responsible for what you do? And I'm so confused. I'm an old man. I'm 38 years old.
I'm
Social media
offended by that.
See? Cancel me. There you go. I'm already canceled. That's it.
Already canceled. We got to mute him, take him off the show.
That's it. 7 seconds into pissing somebody off, I'm canceled. I can no longer go to Toys R Us. It sucks.
Yeah, I miss Toys R Us.
Oh,
Name
TRU getting those
Yes.
flip head figures, Thomas, back in '94.
You act like I had the money to go to Toys R Us in '94.
I'm sorry, I assume wrong.
But my grandma did.
Yeah, our family members went and got those figures for us, but yeah.
Yeah, if only they'd have kept buying
in
just
all
Power Rangers.
In all seriousness, though, the Snyder cut, I'm looking forward to it. Am I over the moon for it? No, because the hype died for me like 3 years ago when the film came out. So, when the fans start saying, "Oh, there's a Snyder cut out there. We got to get it out. We got to get it out now," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, but when's it gonna happen?" And then like nothing. It just went silent.
Right.
But I'm willing to give this film the time, the energy when it comes out. We'll do a big viewing party. We'll crack open a beer or something. I don't care. We'll watch the movie, see if it's any good, and if it's great, great. If it's not, hey, at least you tried, Zach. At least you tried. But I mean, I'll defend Man of Steel to the grave. I will defend that film to the grave. But Snyder cut of Justice League, we shall wait and see.
Do you bleed?
Well, and at least
Hey, it worked in the trailer.
Hopefully it'll shut everybody up. Hopefully it's awesome, but hopefully it comes out and it goes, okay, it's out. You got to see it. Here's what it was. Yay or nay, whatever it is. let's move on. But I'm kind of excited. I really want to see. If you watched all these conspiracy videos of it and watched breakdowns of different things and what didn't even show up in the movie that was like in the first like preview trailers and some of the trailers. I mean, there's so much that was not seen and you never saw it. I'm really interested to see how different of a film or whatever they're going to call this thing, because there's still talks of it being like multi-chapter series or whatever. So I'm definitely interested, and it will probably be one of the few things that gets me to pay for HBO Max and actually sign up for it. So I'm really curious what it see like. And like GW from Hanging with Web Show says, it'll be interesting to see Snyder will finally get his side of it. And this Justice League was a great example of why you cannot just randomly assign somebody else to finish someone else's vision. Because, we got whatever the Justice League is, and it is a hot mess.
No,
It's a Frankenstein of a movie.
It is the Justice League. Okay. It's the Justice League. And if you've ever looked into, probably mid 2018. Yeah, mid 2018, there was a huge article of Snyder of what he actually envisioned his full thing to be with Justice League and Justice League 2. And once I read that, I was like, dude, he might not be a great storyteller, but I need to see this. If they do a cartoon, I will watch it. Because
you actually get the cartoon.
That's
with
what I always say. I always say they should just take all the animated movies that they've come out with, just put those in theaters. They would make like billions.
Dude, that Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is one of the greatest pieces of cinema I've ever seen in my life. I watched it 4 times the day it came out. It was one of my favorite characters. I got Swamp Thing. I got Constantine. The only regret, I didn't get Lucifer. I really thought I was going to get a Lucifer Morningstar cameo. I was kind of that was my only like, oh, the devil. Come on. That was the only one I missed. Kind of hoping that everything else.
That animated film.
Really?
Well, and that animated film was really
it killed everybody.
That's what Zack Snyder wanted to do. I mean, you honestly got his version and what he laid out for. It was supposed to be like a trilogy, I think. When I listened to Fat Man Beyond, Kevin Smith and them talk about it, they were talking more. It was going to be a trilogy thing. Yes, I do. And and I mean, really what they laid out was what you got in that Apocalypse movie, and even more because they were able to use a much bigger Justice League.
With some, we got a lot of good Raven in that movie.
Oh yeah,
I love Raven. I love Raven.
Finally,
and
everybody loves Raven.
Etrigan's a beast. In all the other movies, he was always like, "Oh, you're kind of buff. You're kind of buff." And this one, he just burps and melts faces. I was like, "Dude, I love this guy." I have that first appearance too. I love Etrigan. He's so freaking awesome.
But the best part is his whole just, what's the point?
No rhyming.
Not even a challenge.
that was
Stopped
so
rhyming.
great.
It blew my mind. I'm like, what? He can talk normal? I thought that was just a stuck thing. Like, I didn't think he could speak a normal sentence. Hey, a big shout out to John Hanan, one half of Funny to Informing. Thank you for popping in, sir. And hello, Sage from Hanging with Web Show. Thank you for popping in. Glad to see everybody in here. But yeah, I think so. It seems like we're all excited for it, but at least hesitant.
I feel like we've been burned. Like, they gave us Justice League, and then we got it, and we were like, oh. And they gave us Suicide Squad like we wanted, and we were like, oh. And then they gave us Birds of Prey, and we were like, oh.
Release the Ayer cut.
So true.
I love
just
Birds
say,
of Prey.
I wasn't real popular in high school. I feel like this is every chick I asked to the prom. And then, like, what if she actually said yes? And I was like, oh man, this sucked. Like, I wish you would have just said no. Like, these DC movies, I'm like, I wish they just wouldn't have given us what we wanted, because they're all Walking Dog-esque. Like,
It
not
just
sorry,
ruins the
not
whole
sorry.
thing.
Yeah, like, the DC cartoons are phenomenal. The Marvel movies are good. Get the people that do the Marvel movies, a.k.a. Disney, and the people that do the DC cartoons, hook up and make us one good movie so we can stop bitching about stuff.
Come together and make one super giant comic book movie.
Dude, are you
looking
old enough
for
movie.
Marvel
Are you-
DC crossover? I need
Yes.
Are you
And
old
they're
enough to remember
hinting
the
at it in the
Amalgam
com-
comics?
that. Amalgam?
I don't know. It might be before your time.
Probably.
So
It might not be.
They
Could
were
be.
together.
Oh,
DC
where
and
they
Marvel
had
just
in
like
the 90s, they make a joke about the movie Mallrats. Back in the 90s,
Yeah.
they gave a character from Marvel and a character from DC, and they combined them. Like
Yeah.
Marvel
Oh,
gave
dude.
Wolverine, and DC gave Batman. He was called Dark Claw. And then
Yeah.
I had
see.
every one of those. They did like 52 comics. They were so freaking good. And they were like, they made us all these promises that it was going to go on for years and that they were going to quit fighting. And then Who Framed Roger Rabbit comes out and we realize that Warner Brothers and Disney hate each other and nobody wants to play along. It sucks. But
Yeah.
whatever. Billionaires
Oh
fighting.
man.
Why can't we all just be broke and happy?
I've learned a long time ago.
pandemic
As soon as they make a promise, just get your hopes down.
You're right. You're right.
Yep. That's my goal. That's what I do.
It's a very Catholic Christmas.
Lantern. No, you're not. Just don't even play with me.
So I think GW wraps this section up beautifully. So take your 100 million and give us an ending to the started arc. Then fans can judge, and they will. Yes, we will. We're waiting to judge. So
Waiting for that cut to come out next year.
yes.
Well, I like what Terry said. He said he thinks for the DC universe, the fan base is much more knowledgeable, whereas with the moviegoers, they don't know as much. I agree.
Yeah.
Animated
Yeah.
series, people seem to know a lot more about the comics and the source material.
But to piggyback on that, can we at least give love to Marvel? Because if you're Thor in Thor, you're Thor in Avengers, you're Thor in the yogurt commercial, you're Thor in the GIF, you're Thor in the meme. Like DC, they got 47 Batmans. You know,
This is
Marvel,
true.
there's only one Iron Man.
One, yes.
You know, and I think that continuity is what I don't like. Is I don't think DC understands that their fans are hardcore. We notice shit like that. We don't do anything but read comics and spend money on comics. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't give us the credit that like, oh yeah, we're gonna do Batman and then Batman and then Batman. No, this isn't James Bond. You can't just cycle out a new British guy every 3 years. We want the same Batman.
See, the only thing I would have accepted it though at the beginning was if they were saying, and what they should have done, and almost seems like they're about to do, is that there was multi-universes. So you could do, you do a couple different Batman, and then you could. Yeah, I'm back.
There we go.
We're back.
Okay. It's terrifying. Everybody froze, and then everybody just disappeared one by one. I'm like,
now
no.
we're on different sides
Yeah,
of the
it's like,
coin,
I'm here now.
everybody.
Oh, the lighting still sucks. I'm in the bottom corner.
This is next to Josh. That's not fair. Why does he get to sit with the popular kid?
That was terrible and terrifying. I apologize. Holy shit. I was going to go rip off. I don't know if it's my internet or internet in general.
It's
I don't
rainy
know.
here.
Way to go,
It's real
Remy. Way
stormy
to
here in
go.
Florida too, so who knows?
And I think both my mom and my wife are streaming freaking Hallmark, so that's probably killing some of it.
No.
That's not even good
Movies in July.
streaming.
My mom is watching
Dude.
them every hour of every day.
Did you see
it's
the
been-
T-shirt? Did you see the T-shirt whenever Lori Loughlin got busted for everything she did at college? They put
No,
a
I
T-shirt
didn't.
out and it said Aunt Becky got me into Hogwarts.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I
that
have
was-
not seen this. I
It's
have not
brilliant.
seen
Go on
this.
Amazon. Aunt Becky got me into Hogwarts. It's so cool. It's written in that
Wow.
J.K. Rowling font and everything. It's brilliant.
That sounds better than all the Hallmark movies that are being aired right now. Wow.
You're not wrong, bro.
That's great, man.
All the Hallmark movies.
Dude,
Josh, I
they're all
wanted
the
to say-
same movie. It's terrible.
And they're all starring the cast of Full House. Like every one of those chicks is in that movie.
Okay, it's either one of three actresses. It's Candace Cameron Bure from Full House. It's Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls, who was hot for 1 minute, and then it's Danica
Wait,
McKellar,
I think she's still
who
hot.
I love to pieces as Winnie Cooper from Wonder Years. Okay, it's one of the three actresses.
And then the Miz.
They just have three wheels that they spin, and one's the guy, the girl, and the location. And they just
Yeah.
spin them, and they're like, "Oh, it may be more because you got to have like it's either." And then there's like a dartboard for like it's between the two. There's either a dog or a fucking annoying little kid that you want to punch in the face, or the one they watched yesterday. There's this
Like
kid actor, and it was. I get sucked in sometimes. I can't even lie, or I'm trying not to be in the art cave.
It's a train wreck. You can't help yourself. You want to watch it.
And they're like, they gave this kid a present because, of course, it's Christmas in July.
Oh.
Oh my god! I don't even know. I already had problems on what freaking month it was, and now we're playing Christmas movies. So I'm really confused. And they gave this kid a present, and she's like, "Thank you, I really appreciate it." Yeah, I'm like, she's gonna kill you in your sleep. It was the worst, creepiest. I'm like, where did you hire her? She's terrifying. She's like, I will cherish it forever. I'm like, blink, woman, blink.
I feel so bad that they get some of these great veteran actors to be in these movies. It's like, you're so much better than this. And Thomas, you may or may not have noticed this. Aaron Cahill from Time Force has been in 3 or 4 of these Christmas movies, and I'm like, oh, Aaron, I love you to pieces, but why?
I don't watch Hallmark, so I did not know that. Now I might watch
Aaron
those
Cahill,
movies.
your favorite pink Time Force Ranger, has been in 4 or 5 of these, and I've watched all 5. I'm guilty. Because I love Aaron.
Yeah, I watch season 5 movies.
So bad for Aaron.
You're good, Ryan. I ain't gonna kink shame anybody, bro. You're good.
Hey, I
This is
can't
why
help
I
it,
drink a
man.
lot
Time
of
Force is my
Christmas
favorite
time
season.
because she's
Time
always
Force is my
watching
favorite
them.
season. Full disclosure.
No, Amy Jo Johnson was my first crush. No, Jessica Rabbit and Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy Jo Johnson, for
I mean,
sure.
I think, wasn't that everybody's crush back in '93? I think it was.
Agreed.
Okay, so Thomas, I think you were gonna say something about whatever I was saying, or do you remember?
To get us somehow back on track, because I'm still in there. Yo, Kat was better than Kim. They wrote her better. She was a strong female character, which is why I love Jin from Time Force. But you were talking about the multiverse,
Right.
And if anyone watched the CW crossover, they 100% confirmed the multiverse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Batman 89 was involved. They had Robert Wool. They went to Earth 96, which happened to be the continuation of Superman 1, 2, 3, 4, Superman Returns, and it played by Brandon Routh, and they went through Kingdom Come and all that, and they confirmed Birds of Prey, the show. They tied it in there. They tied in
Batman 66.
Batman 66. Holy red skies of death, Batman. A lot of other ones that I'm now. Oh yeah, Lucifer.
Oh, that was so awesome.
That made Joey happy.
Dude, he's my favorite character.
Lucifer.
I'm super Catholic, Italian, straight, male, and Tom Ellis could get it, bro. Tom Ellis could get it. God, he's scary attractive. I hate him. I wish I was him.
He's
that
scary
accent,
attractive.
Joey. That accent.
You know, Joey always makes the clip of the weeks for me very easily.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little bit wary.
The first time he was on, it was the Z list, and now it's his love and infatuation for Lucifer.
Tom Ellis.
Don't say it like that, because if that gets back to my priest, I'm not allowed back to church. Don't say Lucifer. Say Tom Ellis.
Bless you,
Ellis.
my child.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
All right, so what up, Randy? How are you? Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a special episode of Back Talk with Bauer. It's Back Talk with Friends. I have, as you can see, a variety of crazy people joining me on the show. If you're digging this and you missed the first half, you can always catch this replay on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. It pops up on Thursdays at noon. And if you don't want to see our pretty faces and just hear our sexy voices, you can subscribe to the podcast on all kinds of different podcast apps, iHeartRadio, Google, and...
I see 9.4.
He has a prop for
9.4.
everything. This has a prop for every talking point, Josh.
Sandman 44, first appearance of Lucifer.
Okay.
All I see is every time he pulls one up, I just hear cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
because I
costs
want you to
pretty
call me a
pennies,
liar. Here's the
Joey.
Etrigan one.
There you go.
No.
Very nice slabs, Joey.
I love you guys. You guys are
All right.
awesome.
So let's stick with the DC universe and talking of the DC, even in the multiverse too. News came out earlier this month that there is rumors, there's talks. I don't know if it's gotten any further, but Michael Keaton may be returning as Batman. Did anybody else lose their goddamn mind when they heard this, or was it just me?
I'm on board.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wait, now, is this for Batman Beyond? He's going to be like old Batman, right?
We don't know.
What I'm
yet.
hoping happens. Like,
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are hoping.
Let's get Terry McGinnis in there.
He's going to appear in the Flash movie, which is going to be a version of Flashpoint.
A
to
bad
some
version
extent.
of Flashpoint.
Can we appreciate the fact that in DC Comics, anything can be saved by Flash running back in time?
Yeah, exactly.
Run,
Like they wrote
Barry, run!
Yeah, we wrote ourselves into a corner. What do? Run, Barry! Like he's the Forrest Gump of the DC universe.
That's it.
Well, they mess up so much with all these shows. They got to have something to fix.
Run,
you know.
Barry, run. We
He's
need you
like
to
the
fix
control
this.
alt delete of the DC universe. I like it.
So when
Restart,
your Flash player
restart.
breaks down,
And then in Marvel, we just need to get a hold of a cosmic cube to fix things. And then...
Yeah, same. Yeah. There's always that one thing that's like you find out like, oh, the Infinity Gauntlet was the bad guy the whole time. You know,
You need to pull off a time heist.
you're one man and a dog named Scooby Doo away from this being campy every time. Every time.
Hello, Amelia. How are you? I forgot to talk about it at the beginning of the episode, but the amazing Amelia has popped in, and I want to plug HarleyCon 2020, August 15th. Myself, Thomas, Ryan, and a whole slew of amazing folks are going to be a part of a virtual Comic-Con on August 15th. It starts at 11 a.m. and goes till I don't even know how late. I know one of my shows is at 8 p.m., so heaven only knows. There's going to be a variety of panels, a variety of things going on. You can catch me 3 times during the HarleyCon. I will be part of the artist panel at noon. There's going to be a special episode of Back Talk with Bauer at 3 p.m. and then a special episode of Back Talk with Friends at 8 p.m. And should be a lot of fun. I'm working on a guest for Back Talk with Bauer. I got to call him up and see if he'd be willing to chat. But he does movies and stunts and explosions for some big time movies. So maybe we can chat. I can get him to chat. We'll see. And then Back Talk with Friends is going to be the kickoff of the adult section of HarleyCon. So we're going to be causing even more chaos. And Thomas is a part of it, and Patricio from With a Side of Chaos will be a part of it, and I'm sure I'll be bringing in a few more friends here and there, and just having a terrible, very adult time. But yeah, big shout out to Amelia. It's a con about everything, but the host herself is Harley Quinn, Harley Quinn Arts, Cosplay, and Crafts. She is the host and the creator of HarleyCon. So I hope you guys can tune in on August 15th. So yeah, I am really hoping that with Michael Keaton coming in, if they do not take the opportunity to make Batman Beyond and have him as old school Bruce Wayne, they have just failed as a movie franchise and a movie studio. Yeah, you quit all your movies, you cancel all of them, and get the hell out. Because this is, I think, what everybody's been wanting since Batman Beyond came out. And this is the perfect time. You can introduce him in the Flash, so we can get some things going on in there, and then you go right on to a Batman Beyond movie.
Brilliant. I think that, yeah, it's perfect. I mean, this will be the only time that DC keeps the same Batman and everybody's pissed. This is the one time you said you wanted us to use the same character. Yeah, but not 40 years later, dumbass.
Not this time.
He's coming in and he's got his go-go gadget prosthetic hip and all that junk, and he's trying to throw the Batarang and he keeps missing because his cataracts is all messed up. My gosh. It sucks.
So
if we could somehow get Jack Nicholson in there to say one more time that the town needs an enema.
But dude, that would work.
There you go. Pulling a
Joker.
little Joker line there. Oh, sorry, we lost you, Thomas. You're going to have to come back.
yeah, he's switching to his phone. I think his laptop's dying off.
Quick commercial break. It happens to the best of us. All I want is for Michael Keaton to grab a guy, or Michael Keaton in his cowl, if you do it just one more time in the suit, grab a guy and say, I want you to tell all your friends about me. What are you? I just want him to say it. Just one more time.
I don't know if you guys remember the Bat Thumb.
Just throw that guy.
Do you guys remember Bat Thumb, the old 90s things where they would remake movies, but it was all
Yes.
thumbs?
Yeah.
And it's Bat Thumb. I own this thing. And my favorite part is the twist of that. And he goes, I want you to tell all your friends about me. I don't really have any friends. And he's like, I want you to tell them, I'm Bat Thumb. You're what? I'm a bat. Just tell your friends. I don't have any friends. Who can you tell? I can tell my grandma. Tell your grandma. Oh my god.
I want him to say that just one more time, and the little 6-year-old inside of me will just jump for joy. That's what I want to see happen.
I was hoping you were ready, Thomas. Are you
Welcome back, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready enough.
ready enough? So yeah, now GW again bringing up another good point. He's got new Superman coming to CW, spinning off from the Arrowverse. Tyler, how the hell do you say his last name?
Tyler Hoechlin.
There you go, Hoechlin. What do you guys? I'm kind of down with it. I like him as Superman. I think he's pretty cool. I really like the Lois Lane that they had in there, and I'm down for another Superman. And I think it could bring. I kind of fell out of love with Supergirl, the series, because that I don't know. I just couldn't get into that, but I'm hoping they can really do something right with Superman.
Can they get us a Superman that looks as cool as the Superman cartoon? Because they keep giving us scrawny Supermans. In no universe should Lex Luthor be buffer than Superman. Like, they bring us Lex Luthor is built like a brick shit house with his shaved head. It might as well be the dude who played Drax. And then they give us these Supermans that look like they're on, like, keto diet and shit. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I don't want a scrawny Superman. I could beat up Superman, and I'm 5'7", which is sad, because I can't beat up anybody.
Oh my
Again, we're talking about the animated.
John Cryer's not buff.
I get so bad.
Hey, he was good on the Crisis crossover, though.
John Cryer was fantastic.
I mean, this is coming from somebody who had no interest in seeing this character,
John
but man,
Cryer.
did he kill it.
What's that, Thomas?
Yeah. So John Cryer made the second half of season 4 of Supergirl, made the whole season better, simply because everything that I hated in the beginning turned out to be his plan the whole time. And then he's a huge main character in this new season, season 5. So
okay.
it was really it kind of saved Supergirl for me a little bit, just because he is so dick dastardly.
Right.
Jeez.
And why do we still call it the Arrowverse? Aren't they not, like, in it anymore?
Arrow's kind of dead. He's been dead for 2 times already.
Yeah, it's, like, weird to me. It's like calling it the Arrowverse is like when you watch, if you remember, like, Blair Witch, the Blair Witch Project 2 was called the Book of Spells, but there was no book or spells, and I kind of felt gypped and wanted my $8 back. Like, that's what the Arrowverse is. I watched the Arrowverse and they're like, it's Supergirl. I'm like, she's not in the Arrowverse. They're like, yeah, she is.
I haven't watched the Arrowverse in years, so I don't know what's going on, and quite frankly, I don't really care, because they've killed off so many characters and brought them back from the dead so many times, it's like, who cares? Who can keep count of this stuff?
Yeah, I think it's called the Arrowverse because the Arrow series was the original kickoff for all those shows.
It's
that
the
have
Iron Man
now.
of the series, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we lost him. I think Thomas died.
Darn cell phones.
He got mad that we didn't like people didn't like the Arrowverse, and he left.
Yeah, exactly. The Arrowverse happened 10 years ago, and then a few years later, it just fizzled out for me. Sorry.
You know, it was the first 2 seasons were awesome. You know, when he was actually wearing a green suit and shooting arrows. When it just became Oliver Queen, Mayor Boy, it was like, I don't want to see you run a city. This isn't. I have to say,
I have trouble watching almost everything on the CW. Like, eventually, it just gets so emo. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, and then you get a character. I'm not sure if this character was in the comics before the series debuted or not. So please correct me, comic nerds, if I'm wrong about this. Felicity Smoke. Oh my God! One of the most annoying, horrible characters I've ever seen on a TV series. Like, as soon as season 2 or 3 came on, it became Felicity Smoke and her Super Friends kind of thing, and I'm like, why? I don't care about you. I don't want to see you on screen. It's called Arrow for a reason, because I want to see Arrow and his partners, not Felicity Smoke behind a keyboard. Yes, she is, but I don't care. Wait a minute. So she was in the comics before
Suicide Squad number 23, first appearance of Oracle, 1989.
Okay, but yeah, Oracle makes sense, but Felicity Smoke, I'm like, get out of here. You're so annoying.
Well, I do have to point this out real quick. I like how the guy not in the comic shop has comics at the for every conversation, but the people that are surrounded by comics are just like
Jason and Paula, you're slacking.
No, look at them. Look at that
Oh
couple.
my
They
God.
scoot by on their good looks and smile alone. They don't actually have to know anything. Look, they're adorable. I wish. Look at them. They're cute
You
as
know what,
hell.
Joey?
That's
I
why
can't
when we
argue with
did a
that.
live
Can't
show,
argue with
she
that.
was always like the Vanna White version.
There you go. You are the Pat Sajak and Vanna White of comic books.
That is a
I'm
fair
the dude
point.
who had
That
the
is a
$1 million
fair
question,
point.
right? And I was the dude that had the $1 million question, and it actually said heel of Achilles, and they said, "What's the answer?" And he goes, "Heel of Achilles," and they go, "You're wrong." All the letters are up there, and you're wrong. You don't get $1 million because you mispronounced the only dude. Check, please. Like you could see Pat Sajak cry. It hurt his soul. It was bad.
Oh my gosh.
Google it. You look it up on YouTube. It's cringeworthy.
I'm already cringing just hearing you say it. That's terrible.
Like, look at a dude's face. He's like, I'd like to solve the puzzle. And they're like, okay. He goes, heel of Achilles. And they go, like, everybody in the audience, it was so quiet. And they're like, no,
Oh my god.
no, you're wrong. Like, they were so, like, they were ready. The producers were already ready to give $1 million to some dude. And they were like,
writing his name on the check.
oh, they were ready. Anyway.
Does
Again,
anybody have any whiteout?
Can we edit this over again?
so as I've derailed the train again, Josh, I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you're good.
What was the
All
topic
good.
of conversation again, Josh?
Oh, hell if I know.
You have the list of notes in front of you.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've beat DC like a dead horse for the time being. So let's jump.
You mean just like Warner Brothers?
Oh,
What?
and that's your promo right there, Josh. That's your promo piece. That's your
There you
cartoon.
go.
That's your commercial. That's your promo. Well done.
That's the quick clip of the week. There's too many right now.
I don't know.
There's
The
like
Ellis,
50 of them that Josh is considering using.
I think the Ellis fetish works.
All right. So let's jump to video games and Marvel. So I don't know who have seen all this, but Sony and PlayStation have announced that they are going to do Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, has anybody heard if it's an actual full game or if it's
Yes.
just it is an actual full game?
Yeah.
They said it's not an add-on; it's its own thing.
Okay, because I kept hearing back and forth for a while, and then I never heard like any confirmation. But then they came out with box art. I'm like, it can't be an add-on if it's box art.
Yeah, it's its own game.
Ah,
I think made specifically for the PS5.
yes, man.
Of course.
I
That's it?
drooled when I saw the
Something else eventually.
Okay.
I drooled when I saw the trailer for the video game because I love the last Spider-Man game. It was fantastic, fantastically made. It was basically I got my Batman Arkham Knight game with Spider-Man in it, and they did a hell of a job. And you got to swing all through New York, and it was very cool how they brought in Miles into it. And it was like a slow roll. You kind of knew where they were going, but you get like a little fun thing at the end, and now you get to play Miles in the next one. So I don't know if anybody else is big into video games as much. I'm not into it as much, but that game I will play the shit out of.
I used to be really into games, but once I started the business here, 60 hours a week, I don't have the luxury anymore.
Now doing a real job and being an adult, Jesus.
Yeah, I was also into video games, and then I had to start studying in college, and I kind of fell off, except for Madden.
I'll tell you
not a
that-
game. That's a life.
Yeah. The Marvel video game I miss more than any other is the arcade game that was 2 screens wide, and you could play 6 X-Men, 2 of which were fun, and 4 of which you
where
could.
you're fighting all the little Sentinels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
But it was like you could be Wolverine, which are all right. You could be Colossus. You were like, all right, and then you're like, you could be Dazzler, and I'm like, get the out of here, Dazzler. But if you had 5 friends with you and they already had everybody else, you're like, hey, anybody want to be Dazzler? And like they laugh at you, and you're like, this sucks. I don't even want to play. You put your quarter in, you're like, you're like
a loser being Dazzler. God.
it was bad.
Haters.
I didn't have that many friends, so I was just usually playing the game by myself. But whatever. Yeah. So I got to be Wolverine anytime I wanted to.
Lucky.
That's right.
It's not the role.
But then you get that really good power attack that clears the screen, and if you're not
Yep.
smart, you realize it drains your life every time you use it. So like,
Yep,
you put a quarter in, you do it 5 times, and you die. And I'm like, Dad, another quarter. And he was like, I just gave you a quarter. You're bleeding, mate. And I'm like, sorry.
I was so happy when I finally discovered MAME, like when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, here we go, quarter.
Oh man. That is one thing I hope. I don't like talking about the insaneness that's going on in the world right now, but that is one thing I hope survives and stays around after everything is all said and done. Is arcades and Dave and Buster's and things like that. Because anytime we go anywhere, like if I'm out of town or we're like somewhere, and like Kayla and I will go to a convention or something, and I find something like a Dave and Buster's or arcade or something, we make sure to hit it. I don't care what we're doing. I make sure to at least go for an hour or two, because I love old arcades because you get all the fun old games. Dave and Buster's are amazing because they do a new style of gaming with all my favorite stuff. But man, I really hope they survive after all this.
Well, I think I'm pretty accurate in saying it. I think Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy. Is that correct?
Yeah. They're the first.
We wouldn't go there anyway, but
down.
I'm saying, yeah, they were the first one. I'm just thinking, I'm already annoyed with how many kids are at Dave and Buster's. Is it basically just going to become the new Chuck E. Cheese? Like, that is the thing. Dave and Buster's lies. You watch those commercials, and it's like all hip, like 20-somethings, and they're playing the games. I'm like, this is amazing. And then I go to the one on iDrive over here, and it's all kids. It's just a virtual babysitter. I'm Can I sue Dave and Buster's for slander and false advertising? Because I feel lied to.
The new adult hangout. They lied.
Yeah.
They did. I'm like, oh, there's going to be other adults. There's no other adults. They dropped their kids off, and then the moms went to yoga, and the dads went to a real bar. Sucks.
Then the kids are judging you because you're hanging out there playing games. It's like, you little prick, you're not even supposed to be here. Go back to Chuck E. Cheese.
Creeper. I'm like, dude, I'm the only one here old enough to drink. I'm the only one here keeping the bar in line. What are you doing here? Go home. Don't you have a hobby or Fortnite or some shit? What do you do? Leave.
Fortnite.
Go home.
They don't even go here.
You just got to challenge the kids to playing Basketball Connect 4 and destroy them. I'm undefeated. So.
See, that's what you do. That's the new bullying. If you're going to beat up a thing of 12-year-olds, do it at Dave & Buster's, because nobody calls you out there. Because if they really cared about their kids, they'd be there.
If they care about their kids, they teach them how to play Basketball Connect 4 better.
Hey, Thomas, I think you might need to check your mic. I can't, you're really quiet.
Crank it up to 11.
What
man.
about now?
Still quiet.
Like we're hearing you on another mic, not the one right in front of your face.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll figure this out.
So while Thomas is trying to argue with his mic, GW's gotten all the good questions right now. So let's jump, since we're in the Marvel side of things. So Marvel Phase 4 tentpole characters are retired. Who is the next to carry the franchise for non-comic mainstream audiences? Go,
dude.
I don't want to.
Hopefully not Captain Marvel.
Hey,
It'll
if
be
we're going to
Captain
bring
Marvel.
Dazzler into this conversation, we need to bring in Jubilee, man. Get Jubilee her own movie, for Pete's sake.
You know what? Let's not forget the real guy, because everybody in the world, he is Meg Griffin of mutants. How about Toad? His abilities are he can jump about 6 times higher than a normal human being and stick his tongue out.
Can we get
I want
Ray
Toad
Park
to have a
play him
standalone
over
movie.
Again?
I like it. Let's go with Toad.
Toad gets a standalone.
Ray Park, he's a giant nerd, so.
And what happened to Gambit? How pissed was I? Weren't we supposed to have Channing Tatum as Gambit?
That movie just could not get off the ground, and
I'll tell you
I
what,
don't
it could
think
be off an army of
That is
40-year-old
the
women,
worst
because it's got
casting
Magic
I've
Mike
ever
in it.
heard. That's some of the worst
that was
casting.
gonna be
Channing
for
Tatum
flop.
as Gambit? Heck no.
I agree with Ryan. No Channing Tatum. No.
No,
not
that
for Gambit.
hashtag not my Gambit.
Yes.
If you want to bring back my Friday Night Lights alumni, Taylor Kitsch, you want to bring him back, I'm fine with that. But anybody, if you bring Channing Tatum in, I'm going to sue you horribly. Like, it's not happening. I'm okay with Taylor Kitsch. I'm one of
a
the few
little bit,
people who
Thomas,
likes
but
Taylor
it's
Kitsch
not
in that movie.
real loud.
And if they do bring the mutants in, I've been hearing rumblings that it's supposed to be more like the current series of House of Powers of X. I don't know if anybody of you guys have read that at all. It's a lot darker and everything, so it might be kind of cool. It would help explain why we didn't even hear anything about mutants in the other movies, though. So
Right.
Well, and
Well, and I've heard some stuff about it'll be from the Snap. It could be from the Microverse. There's even some rumors that it could happen in WandaVision, where instead of her saying no more mutants, bring all the mutants. You know.
Right.
And then what's the deal with the term mutant? Who owns the right to that? Does Marvel own the right to the term mutant? Because I know that you can't say it in any other comic.
Fox, I believe.
Fox. Okay.
But now
mutants were all under Fox.
Yeah, but now Fox is under Disney and Marvel, so they should be able to say it and bring it in.
Like Terry just said, I think that they're probably going to go more the Fantastic Four route to really.
That'd be nice.
Get Marvel
Do you think
going.
it'll be as good as that last movie?
I hope so.
You mean fan?
Like,
Not perfect.
if it can't reach that, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
If we're grading on the
I
curve,
hear you.
Yeah! 7 microphones later.
like you know that a movie's bad when you have the Disney budget, the Marvel name, and the director comes out for his first interview and they say, "So what do you think of the movie?" He goes, "Oof, well, oof." He's like, "You're fired. You're fired. That's it."
But that was not MCU. That was still Fox, Sony, Fox. That was Fox.
It wasn't MCU. It was POS. You know what POS stands for?
Everything is either MCU or anything else.
Yeah.
So only
Oh, yeah.
MCU seems to be doing the good stuff because you have Spider-Man through Sony, which was good but still different, and
Spider-Verse
then
is
you
good.
had X-Men and Fantastic Four through Fox, and they were
X-Men was good for a little run.
a little bit, yeah.
X-Men has had their fair
And
share.
then it
of
went
success.
down, and then it went back up again.
Roller
They're
coaster.
50% hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, literally.
Yeah.
And we got a good Professor X. We got a good Magneto. You know, we got a good
Great
Mystique.
actors.
Absolutely, they really nailed
good
it.
Magnetos and Professor X's.
Yes.
I
But
like
only
Wolverine.
one good Wolverine.
I mean, Logan's a good movie, right?
Dude, that might be the best line from an X-Men movie ever, is when they try to recruit Wolverine in the
Yes.
bar, and they had this, apparently there was this whole, there was 14 lines that they were supposed to say, and they walk in the bar and they go, "Hello, are you Logan?" And he goes, "Fuck off." And they just leave. Like, that was brilliant. They said that was improv. Man, he's brilliant. You know, when he's
Well,
not being
I
Jean
think that-
Valjean, he's being Wolverine.
What
That might
a
have been our
great
first
use
hero
of your...
movie that we have, where you actually have someone just like slicing people up and.
Yes.
They're brilliant. They got that Disney, and I'll tell you what we need more of. Can we please get some more R-rated Marvel movies? Deadpool is
Yes,
probably it's in
please.
the top 5 of all time. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Ryan Reynolds only plays Ryan Reynolds. In Van Wilder, he's Ryan Reynolds. In
Write that
Waiting,
down.
yes, in every movie Ryan Reynolds can only play Ryan Reynolds. Like, I don't ever want to see him in a serious role because I won't believe it.
2 guys, a girl, in a pizza place. Plays Ryan Reynolds.
Plays Ryan Reynolds. That's it. Every movie, he's Ryan Reynolds. It's brilliant.
What was that? Just Friends? Ryan
Just
He was
Friends.
He was fat
With
Ryan
Amy
Reynolds.
Ryan
Smart.
Reynolds, and then Ryan Reynolds.
In Waiting, he was Ryan Reynolds, the guy who I used to work at the restaurant with. Like, he's always like that dude that you're like, I could have a beer with that guy. He's so chill.
What a Canadian aspect of his personality. Eh?
Honestly, between him and the band Rush, the whole rest of the country can kind of go F itself. But
Yeah, I mean...
It was all him down that way. That is not the thoughts and opinions of Back Talk with Bauer.
Well, hold on.
apologies
Our
to our
back
Canadian,
We
to our
need to make
Canadian
this
viewers. All I got to say is peace out.
Canada, send me some maple syrup. We're getting low down here.
God. Wow.
And Rob,
Okay.
if you're watching, send me the Terramana tequila so I can.
Yeah,
make
there
that
goes
shit
half our
magic.
view. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dude,
So
I have a bottle
we are
of Taiwan in the fridge.
we're technically at the hour mark. I don't know if you guys are up for going a little bit longer. If
I'm
you want
always
to cut
up
off
for
here.
going longer.
It's Tuesday. I ain't got no job. I got nothing to do.
Look at that look.
Nah, man. It's Tuesday. What else am I gonna do?
Go to bed.
Okay,
Tacos.
so
No,
I'm
going
a little
to bed.
nervous to bring up this next topic because
Do it.
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah, because he's
Don't
gonna
do
bring out a
it.
slab, and then he's gonna bring out another slab, and then we're not gonna be able to get on topic.
Yeah. I kind of want to test if he has a slab for that one.
He has a slab for everything.
So
Okay,
we'll,
I wanna know.
we'll go a little bit longer and we'll see where it ends up. But so this
It'll be
one's
chaos.
actually It was kind of a random thought that I was having the other day, and I thought it'd be cool to discuss with the crew that I have here. There's all kind of remakes of movies. There's always new ones coming out. Some are awesome, some are shitty, most of them are shitty. But, there's always that one movie, and I have one stuck in my head, and I'm curious on which each one of you, if there's one, what would you like to see remade or would have an idea of remaking a movie? Who wants to go first?
I need a moment.
That's a $64,000 question, Josh.
So it's a small
remake.
Correct.
I got one. I want them to remake Gone with the Wind, but I want Samuel L. Jackson to play every character.
I didn't know I wanted that.
Wow.
I did not know that until just now.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a motherfucking damn.
Yeah. I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plantation.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I'd love it.
That'd be great.
Oh, man.
I think they should remake Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I agree.
Correctly. Good.
I think it would be. I think Marvel will get it. I think if I think they've been planning it way before even they were buying Fox. I think it's always been in the mix at some point, and they were just waiting for it to actually happen. And I think they have built so many tiny things. There's so many ways that them and the mutants can be brought in that it's just them picking it right now. And as soon as the movies can kick back off and we can ever freaking see Black Widow again, we'll start getting more and more. And they're going to show up at some point. I mean, there's so many ways they could bring them in. And quite a few of the ways will just make sense. I think it will work out nicely. And it would be really nice to see a good Fantastic Four movie. And if Marvel can't do it, then you just really put a nail in it and call it dead, because there's no way in hell.
I would say
Then
to
we
the
just go animated.
yeah,
Right.
no, to the
Go
comics
back to the
group.
animated realm.
Am I safe to say that Doctor Doom is the most powerful Marvel villain of all time? No, you don't think? I'm just thinking he's got to be in the top 10.
He's in the top 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's the GOAT, but
Yeah, you got Galactus.
you got Thanos. I mean, he
Kang.
just snapped.
Yeah,
half
but
the fucking
Galactus
world
is
in one movie.
just a vegan who only eats worlds. Like he
There's
shows
meat
what he-
on the world.
That's a big
Yeah,
deal.
but,
We live in
you
a
know,
world.
it's just like he just eats the world's an apple, and he's like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Send the surfer.
I mean, like when Professor Xavier became Onslaught, that was insane.
The Micronauts.
That even Doom had trouble with there.
Waiting for another comic to pop out of nowhere.
See, I have it, but it's not CGC graded. I don't have a CGC grade of it.
We'll see it raw. Raw is okay too.
You're fired, Joe. You're fired. You're done.
I'll get
You're
better. I'll get
canceled.
better, I promise. I'll come,
Yeah,
when
I'm
I come
not a fan of
visit you guys,
makeup.
I'm going to talk nerdy to you. We're going to have fun. I'll
I
bring
like
a bunch
it.
of stuff. It'll be cool.
We need, and I feel bad because we won't be able to have Ryan involved, but I think once the world gets to be a little bit normal, we'll stream Ryan in. But I think we need to do this again, but all of the Florida people meet at Kingdom of Comics and make like a day of it.
Oh,
And get
absolutely.
plastered.
I
think
need to
that
make
would
a
be a
road
lot
trip
of
down
fun.
there, and
And
then we
we'll
can make an
sit
entire
right
weekend.
over there at the bar.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you have a bar in your comic book store?
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to get my keister when Earth reopens safely, by the way, and get to Kingdom of Comics and hang out with these fine people. We gotta get
And
there.
that's when they'll have that Hulk statue.
They'll have the 3 statues that I'm still looking for. Gee whiz. I will come down there and get them myself if I have to.
No balls, you won't.
So I would have to say a movie that I would love to remake, and I think it could be really done well now. Is anybody a Bruce Lee fan?
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay, so the movie Game of Death.
Yes.
It was a movie.
Yeah.
It is, for those that don't know, Game of Death was in production, and while Bruce Lee was still alive, he was just started making it. They filmed a good few scenes, and then sadly Bruce Lee passed away. But the geniuses of the production company said, "Hey, let's still come out with the movie," and royally, other than the fight scenes with Bruce Lee that are amazing, and I still watch every now and again, the movie's a hunk of shit. This is one of those ones that always gets stuck in my head, and I can't believe nobody's attempted it yet. and with today's technology and the way you could write the story, I mean, I've had it figured out where you're going almost through a whole building like the original idea was, and you're actually going to different floors and you're dealing with different people, and it's almost like a Die Hard kind of thing, but more martial arts and stuff like that. I've even thought of it where it would be the person, the person that's in the movie thinks he's in this big building and he's going level to level, but you find out halfway through the movie that it's all like 3D animated, or like it's a simulation type thing. So he goes from one side to the other of a room, and he goes in the elevator, and then the level resets. So he feels like he's going into another level, but all it does is just reset, and now you're fighting somebody new.
Dang.
Yeah. I have way too much overthought this movie, because the original concept is Bruce Lee's concept was to go through, and basically he's going through this building or tower or whatever it may be, and every level he fights a new type of martial artist or a new type of fighter, or a guy with nunchucks, a guy with swords, and it goes in differently every time he goes to a new floor. And he even fights Akeem Abdul-Jabbar, a dude that is literally twice his size.
Yes.
And straight up, when he first comes in, he gets kicked right in the chest, and that's where you get the iconic pose with the yellow outfit and the footprint in the chest. It was to show that one person could adapt and fight in different ways. And I think that is a movie we really need sometime soon, and I cannot believe nobody has thought of this yet. But yeah, I think about that at least once a week.
Trademark it, and then because I've got some ideas. If we're gonna go virtual reality, we can fight the pandemic. We can fight actual viruses.
Oh, there we go.
And then from there, because it's a simulation, it just escalates time after time until you get to the zombie apocalypse, and boom!
There you go.
Dude, instead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, make him fight Shaq.
Godzilla.
Just have him standing there. Just Shaq comes out. Come here, player.
He would be the perfect fill-in right now. The only problem was Akeem was actually learning martial arts and learned martial arts from Bruce Lee, so he was actually able to have good fighting skills. I don't know, unless you're just going with him fighting a really big dude.
He don't got a video game called Shaq Fu, player. He don't got a video game.
Shaq Fu.
For Sega Genesis.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god. The kids never know what it would be like to have Shaq Fu.
It's a dragon. Shaq fights a fighter.
Super Nintendo coming soon.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
GW brought up another good point, and I'm not aware of this. Does anyone here know that our Thor, Thomas Carter Rochester, is slated to be named one of 2020's hottest indies in a magazine? Is that true, sir?
Well, I mean, let's be face it. What woman doesn't want to be Thor's hammer polisher? I mean, come on.
Joey, you're gonna have to get that book slabbed.
He's got googly eyes. He has feelings.
Oh, but Thomas, you are worthy.
I tell myself that every day I wake up. It's the only way I get to work.
Put it on your vision board, man. Put it on the vision board.
Out the door.
I gotta work on the vision board. It's still in its production stages, pre-production. Yes, that is true. I found that out today, courtesy of good old Pop Pop. So we'll see what happens with there. I'm still unsure if it's hottest based on looks or hottest because I bust my ass and don't sleep well. Hopefully it's the thanks, Mom. I really hope you're talking about how often I work then.
Oh my god. But, congratulations though, Thomas. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
And well deserved.
Golf clap. There you go.
And it's deserved either if it's just for being hot or for all the work you do. I mean, either way, you're good to go because you're a good-looking gentleman and you work your ass off.
It's because I hide all the ugly in my beard.
That's my problem. I got no beard, so you see all the ugly and people just fucking cry.
Oh my god.
Gee whiz,
Do we
Back to Keanu Reeves.
Back to Keanu Reeves. Yeah, that's the example.
Wrong hand.
Become self-help with power. So it's like just everybody hating on ourselves, man. Like we're all nice to each other, but we all hate ourselves.
Oh
God.
yeah,
This
Yeah.
is not ironic.
for years.
You know, Josh, have you listened to the most recent? Oh, you don't know. Have you watched the Bill and Ted's San Diego Comic-Con at Home thing?
I have not.
It's
I didn't watch
hosted
it
by
either.
Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, I did hear about it, but I have not.
Yeah.
I have not
It
watched
is-
it.
It is really good. I am very excited because you learn about the original, like the beginnings of Bill and Ted from the writers who just tossed around some ideas one night at a sketch improv gig, and then that turned into a movie deal because one of the writers is related to a famous writer and or director whose name is now gone. I watched it on today's Tuesday, so I watched it yesterday and forgot all the info already. But it's really good, and the way they dive like really deep into the characters and what the point is for making this movie. And it sounds like it's going to be the Bill and Ted version of Jay and Silent Bob reboot in terms of how they take what they've done and they move it on to a new generation.
Dude, I was just about to
very
ask
cool.
you: is this going to be one of those things where, like a Kevin Smith movie, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter just put their daughters in as them in the future, and they pass the torch? Like, is that basically what this is?
Yes,
looks
but
like it.
not their real daughters.
Okay.
Actresses. One of which is like a year younger than me, and I'm like, damn, dude, I gotta get my shit together. I want to work with Keanu.
It could be
Well, who
worse,
doesn't?
dude.
He's John Wick.
Keanu.
It's bad now whenever all the actors that are in these movies are in their early 20s, and I'm like, oh man, that guy's awesome. I'm like, I'm 15 years older than that dude. I say the same thing. I'm 38 years old. My heroes are not allowed to be younger than me. That is so odd. Gotta
Isn't that
get my ass
weird?
together.
That's me in football now.
Dude, telling you,
Weird.
I'm gonna do like Chris Pratt and Star-Lord. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a Bowflex and I'm gonna get committed. I'm gonna get a Bowflex and I'm gonna get committed. That's my like, favorite line. Love that.
You're like one sandwich away from being fat, Quill.
Dude, anytime that shade is thrown at any of those characters in any of the MCU movies, I'm like, yep. And I'm not a big Guardians fan. I'm not. But anyone who throws shades at them, I love you for doing it. So when he called, what was it, Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Hilarious.
Ratchet
Hilarious.
or Rabbit. Yes.
Like, oh, you Paul Rabbit. Do you want to come with me on this journey?
You're very perceptive. I am the captain.
we were watching Ragnarok last night, and the best line is when he's talking to the Rock, and he's like, "I miss my hammer." He goes, "Oh, your hammer pulls you off. Sounds like you have a rather intimate relationship with your hammer." He's like, "Yes, my hammer pulls me off." And when he said it with the accent, I was like, "Your hammer pulls you off." I was like, "Oh, that's the best line in this movie."
Oh my god, your hammer pulls you off. You pull me off the ground.
Brilliant. Because if you don't know if you don't know your not everybody speaks, what do you call Cockney rhyming slang, but if you know what that means in the UK, you're like, dude, well, the writers on this are
Good
brilliant.
job.
Yes, the writers were brilliant. I don't remember who wrote it, but Taika came in and just Taika'd it up.
Oh yeah.
And it's fantastic. They turned Thor into what I was doing as Thor from 2015 because I was just being a jackass and making fun of myself as Thor. And then they stole my gimmick. I had a gold Thor costume before they did it in Dark World. They stole my gimmick. But also, I'm not 6'5", so I think I lose.
I will. Thank you for joining in. I really think the Thor Ragnarok saved that character, saved that franchise, and I think that's why we are getting Thor 4 Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that one. I think that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see. How the hell we get there from where we're currently at. Space sharks.
We're getting space sharks. And then I need. Wait, I know. Going back to your original question of the remake, I need Jaws in space.
Did they do that? That was Sharknado went to space.
Sharknado had that.
Space.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
They did
I
that?
need Steven Spielberg to do it in space.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what about Max Spielberg in Jaws 19?
We
I'm so
need
glad we didn't get any more Jaws.
Oh, dude,
No,
I wanted Jaws 19. This time it's really, really, really personal.
the ultimate crossover of Steven Spielberg. JAWSET. Jaws ET. It doesn't end well.
Yes.
I'm okay with seeing that because we were supposed to get Jaws 19 in 2015 because of a certain movie, Thomas, wink, wink, and we never got it.
Bruce Fode
The movie's 35 seconds long. It's E.T. on the bike, and then Jaws just bites him, and they're like, "This has been a Steven Spielberg production. Thank you for your contribution."
He's going
Play a
over
little
the
John
moon,
Williams music in there.
Yes.
John
he's
Williams
going
is
over
awesome,
the moon,
yes.
and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, just air Jaws.
I love it.
That's it.
Air Jaws. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Trademark
That
it.
is
We're
so
millionaires.
As long as we can get as crazy.
Oh my
Well, you know
god.
that Shark Fest is going on National Geographic now, and then Shark Week is coming to Discovery in August.
And then you know what the week
Get
after that,
ready, guys.
Shark nerds, this is
Week
fun.
2020.
and then the week after that, Comedy Central does Shark Week. Full circle. It all comes
And
together.
Dan's Shark Week is in there somewhere too.
Yes,
Hey,
that's
is that
right.
coming back? Yes.
They're doing it
Yeah,
again.
I can't listen to that episode, and every year I try it. Oh god,
Nightmares.
terrible nightmares and things that you can never unhear. So,
Uh,
I think we have done enough damage. I want to make sure everybody plugs their stuff.
We've done the Lord's work.
Yeah, we definitely done the Lord's work.
wow, that's
he
some
will
strong
thank us
words from
later.
Joey.
You guys,
but-
man, I can't wait to drink beer with y'all in real life.
Yeah.
This will
Bring it
happen
on.
soon. This will happen soon. So we will make it happen. We will schedule dates and calendars. But yeah, let's get and
we have a signing coming up this weekend. You should come by if you can.
Absolutely. Who?
there you go.
What did I bring?
You and money.
Okay, I love those
Lots
things.
and lots of money for
You
my
are buying
statue.
this.
How much? What's it? What's the grade? What's the grade on it?
I haven't had it graded, but we're estimating about a 1.5, 1.8.
What are you thinking?
So
How
it's
many? How many
low.
grand? How many grand?
3.
3. I would have been close. Okay, good. I'm glad that you said that number first because I said 4,200. Okay, never mind. I'll take your price.
Oh,
All right.
Okay, so we're going to start with Kingdom of Comics, but make sure, Ryan and Thomas, you tell people when it's your turn about when your parts will be for HarleyCon 2020.
Mm.
All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, will
Let me
do.
look that up.
At least, well, you know one part.
I forget how many I'm in, honestly.
Probably
Well,
like
you're
all of them.
on with me at 8 o'clock, so. All right,
Maybe
Kingdom
we
of
add that to
Comics,
the
please
schedule.
plug your stuff, where people can find you, where people can find you on the map, and all that good stuff.
Yep, we are in Melbourne, Florida. If you've heard of NASA and Kennedy Space Center, go about an hour and a half south of that. Almost directly an hour to an hour and a half east of Orlando. Definitely, if you have time this weekend, if you're around, we have a signing with, let's see, Luke Stone from Terraform Comics is going to be here. Martin Piero and Heidi Heiss will be here as well. They work for Cosmic Times. Matthew Knowles they're indie writers, and Matthew Knowles has an indie comic as well. Will be here signing his stuff. So definitely.
He's been here a couple times. He's
Yep.
a lot of fun too.
Yes,
He
he
knows
gets all
really well.
steampunk dressed up and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
Gets all in
badass.
character.
Nice.
He is a character in his own comic essentially.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So he's
Very
definitely
cool.
fun entertainment. Come by, have some beers, hang out, and we usually do like a little drink special, buy one get one half off for like the first 3 hours or so. So
Very cool. Well, and just for the people that are watching out of state or too far or don't like driving, whatever it is, you can actually message Kingdom of Comics and they will send stuff to you. I'm
Yes,
still
Ryan.
I'm still not going anywhere. So I've been I already told Jason that I'll be getting with him next week because I need to stack up on some comics. I know I'm a little bit behind on a few things, and they are very kind to me and create these amazing videos of them sending my stuff out, which is I actually look forward to that more than the comic books themselves.
well, the first time I had a few drinks already. So
I was driving.
and then after I did it the first time, I figured, well, what the hell, I might as well do another one.
Oh, I expect it every time now. So I mean,
yeah, now they have to.
yeah, it has to happen. But no, they are awesome. They help find whatever you're looking for, and they send it right out to you. So thank you guys for popping in. Ryan, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you and all your good stuff.
Yes,
or bad
sir.
stuff.
Yes, there's a lot of things going on in our lives. But anyway, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. Check me out on Letterboxd at letterboxd.com/mymoviebuff. I post all the movies that I'm in the process of watching and different lists for certain movies that I rank and all that good stuff. Check out my podcast. It's called The Nerdcast. I talk about movies past and present, or what lack there is because of COVID-19. Thanks, epidemic. Check me out on Anchor, Google, Spotify, wherever you can download your podcast. You can find us there. Check out our YouTube channel. It's called Nerd Culture. We are the newest members of the Hanging with Web Show Web TV family. Thank you all for allowing us to be part of the crazy storm that we are in the midst of. It's crazy. We love every piece and every bit of it.
You guys just hit 300 likes, right?
Yes, we did. So thank you very much to all the followers, all the subscribers. Thank you so much. We love you guys wholeheartedly. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at It's Nerd Culture. You can find us there. Videos up right now. New ones are coming away very soon. We're doing a live Battle of the Nerds Thursday night on our Facebook page at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Battle of the Disney villains, Gaston versus Uncle Scar. Wonder who would win in a fight. That's going to be interesting. Exactly. That's interesting. That's going to be fun to see. But just check us out there. I'm all over the place. And to answer Josh's question, please remake Transformers Age of Extinction and give us a proper Dinobots movie. That's all. Anyway, back to you with the desk, Josh. Oh, and Harley Con, yes. Harley Con. I'm going to be geez, I'm forgetting everything. Be at the panel, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are doing a debate, picking 5 members of the Justice League versus 5 members of the Legion of Doom. But there's a catch. You can't pick some of the elite members of the Justice League, and you can't pick some of the elite members of the Legion of Doom. You got to think. You got to think creatively, think outside the box. Check out our panel during Saturday, August 15th at Harley Con, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be there, and I'm tired of doing plugs. Off to the next person.
The puppers. Hi, puppers.
This is Napoleon.
Hi, Napoleon.
Dynamite? Woo!
Napoleon.
He's such a good boy. Look at that smushy first. All right, sorry. Thomas, go ahead and plug your stuff.
You can find all my personal stuff at my website, Thomas Carter Rochester, all one word, no hyphens, no spaces.com. That was one of those. You'll be able to find my YouTube, Facebook, all those good fashion fun things. Lights Thunder Action Show, you can find us on Facebook. Lights Thunder Action Show, so just search for it. We're also on the HWWS Web TV, where we stream live in your homes and into your phones every weekend. It's usually Saturday, but shit happens. And you can also like us or follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at LTA Podcasting. That is like the action verb, like it's happening now. We're podcasting. LTA Podcasting. Was that 2?
I thought that was the 3rd one.
I don't know, man. Oh yeah, it was HWWS was my 3rd one. You're right. HarleyCon is August 15th, and that is a Saturday, and I lost my place, and I am on a lot of here it is. I'll be on the Hello There, a Star Wars panel at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I've recently changed the name to this panel, so it'll be Bat, a What We Do in the Shadows panel at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be the Super Podcast Shit Show, trademark pending, with good old JBauerart up here.
That's a really interesting way to say that.
JBauerart, yeah. And then at 9:30, it'll be Harley Quinn and myself setting stuff on fire, and killing Robin with a crowbar. And this Friday on my YouTube and Facebook, you can find the Turbo, a Power Rangers movie watch-along. It'll be this guy right here, that guy over there. My hand got cut off. That guy over there.
This guy.
Along with Christian Ingram from the Power Rangers guy and Gregory Lee, also from Nerd Culture. We're going to get together. We're going to watch Turbo. I still like the movie because it's canon, and it's not as bad as it could have been. Like, let's be real. But there is a lot of stuff that goes wrong in this movie. We're gonna like it. We're gonna not like it. We're probably gonna make jokes.
I'll make a lot of fun of it.
And it's gonna be I now do watch-alongs weekly on Fridays on my page or Christian's page. Just like it through the book face, and you'll be able to keep up with us. Joey, your turn.
Thank you so much, sir. Oh, look this way. Oh, why is it backwards?
And you guys got the head turning down.
Look, I'm looking over there. He's not there. He's over. Thank you guys very much. Very simple. I'm at the Joey Mazzant on all social media platforms. You can see I do covers on my YouTube channel. I did a whole series of Disney covers, a whole series of 80s covers. It was a show a day for about 100 days during the pandemic. And then once the world opened back up and I was back, I stopped. So if you're looking for something to listen to, there's a bunch of covers of me sitting at a piano. However, my job will with me in the theme parks will be back. So if you're a big fan of the theme parks, Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, we also do Busch Gardens, Victory, Casino Cruise, Las Vegas, and Disneyland in Anaheim. If you're a fan of any of those things, you can go to @TheJoeyMazzant on Instagram, and you'll get to see my crazy antics of me hugging Mickey Mouse or eating a Dole Whip. Nothing too crazy. And everything I do, aside from this show, is very G-rated, so it's safe for your kids. However, if they're listening to this show, they probably should be. So I'm just going to watch it. Thank you very much, guys. Back to you, sir.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for popping in. Thank you to everybody that sat through the whole thing and watched this crazy episode and us talk so much nerdy things. You have been watching a special episode of Back Talk with Friends, Back Talk with Bauer. If you want to subscribe to any of the stuff, head over to the HWWS Web TV to subscribe to catch the fancy cleaned up version with all the cool intros and everything. And then if you want to find me on any kind of podcast app, just type in Back Talk with Bauer. And then all the social media is JBauerart. I'm doing a bunch of graphic design stuff right now. So if you need a logo for your podcast, your business, whatever you got going on, some entrance videos, exit videos, whatever you need, shoot me a message and we'll talk details and pricing. If you are looking for some artwork, most of the stuff behind me is for sale. So head over to jbauerartshop.com. Other than that, I appreciate you guys popping in, and I'll catch you guys next week. Later.
Bye. Take it easy.
And